Yeah, I mean, I think when you're looking at buying versus renting, I mean, the first step to real estate, I think, is really developing a plan. So you start scratching out what your goals are. You know, how long are you going to be in that home? How long are you going to be in this location? Is this a home that you'd want to live in and raise a family in, or is this, a stepping stone home? So if you're not ready to buy, you're not ready to buy. If you're not going to be there for very long, it may not make sense to buy a home. You may be better off just renting, because there are some costs, of course, of closing, land transfer tax, just some hidden costs that a buyer should be made very well aware of, so that way they can make their sort of their best judgment that'll suit them.
Buying versus renting is a question I get all the time. History shows us that buying is absolutely a better decision financially over time. But if you're only going to be in a city, say, for a couple of years, then maybe renting is for you. Buying allows you to make a home. It's not just an investment, it's a place for your family to grow and for you to enjoy your life.
The thing I could probably add to that is that, buying a home is super emotional, right? Because it's, it can be an extremely emotional thing, but I think it's a realtor's job to also bring the investment aspect to the home, because it is such a large asset purchase, probably the biggest one you'll ever make. So I don't take that lightly. I think that has to be a component to the decision-making process, right? So if it is smarter to rent. If it's smarter to buy, then let's figure out the whys, and then just really make sure that it lines up when the time comes.
Renting versus buying, there's all different applications. Depending on how long you're going to live in the area, are your kids going to go to school, to university for 5 years? A lot of families have done that, and it's made a lot of sense. They bought a home close to university, and it's a 4 or 5 bedroom home, so all the other students have helped pay the mortgage and helped pay down the principal on the home, and 5 years later they've had a 15 or 20% appreciation on that property. So there's been a lot of families from outside of London coming to London, and they've done very well buying instead of renting.